So we'll cover the concept of bundles now. So we have seen in the Gosu queries, right, where how we can um, create different operations using Gosu queries. Okay, how we can write corresponding Gosu queries of the corresponding to the SQL ones, and we can read the information from the database. But what if we want to write an information into the database, right? So how do we write that information? We want to set up some of the fields. We want to update the field values in the database, right? So what we need to do? So we need to just figure out that it should be it should be done, that operation, that storing information operation should be done in a bundle. So we need to just it needs to be stored in the bundle.
Mhm.
Data needs to be in a bundle. Okay, we need to make sure about it. Okay, but in some places in the Guidewire, there are some places where you need to explicitly define a bundle. There are some places which needs explicitly define a bundle, and there are places where you do not explicitly define a bundle. Do not define any bundle. In out of the box on behavior only, it is already inside a bundle. You do not need to define it explicitly. Okay, so what are those places where you need to define the bundle explicitly and where you do not need to define the bundle? Okay, so these places are where you need to define the bundle are classes. Okay, and here the places would be business rules. Okay,
Okay.
workflows, PCF files, all these things. Let me open the PPT. There I can show you more. So manual bundle processing means we need to explicitly define it. So these are the places: web services, batch processes, queries. Okay. So web services, batch processes, all these things, right? These are come into the Gosu classes only, because when we are creating all these files, web service file, batch process file, which I'll be covering in the integration part, right? So we have to create the classes for this. So classes is the umbrella term for this one. From classes, we can say if we want to specify in the batches, we need to specify the bundle. In web service, we need to specify the bundle. In plugins, these three concepts are related to the integration. Okay.
Mhm.
And what are the others? PCF code. Okay, so we have defined PCF code here also. Okay, so here you can see PCF files are there. Here also PCF files are there. But
Mhm.
if in our PCF file is only read-only mode, then we have to define it explicitly. If it is not in the read-only mode, then we need to not read-only, then we do not need to define.
So bundle is for transactions, right?
Yes.
Then
Transactions, yeah, bundle is for transactions.
then
Transactions
read
is,
only. Why do we need
yeah.
bundles in? Because but if it's a read only, then it will not impact any transaction, right?
Oh, no, it will impact the transaction. Suppose, let's say you have a button. Read only means when your PCF file is in editable mode. When you already clicked on the edit button, and there would be all the PCF files would be editable, right? All the PCF elements would be editable. During that time, your PCF file is in a writable form. Okay, if you will if the fields are not editable, okay, and you have not clicked the edit button, then your PCF is in read only button. So suppose when your PCF file is in read only mode, okay, you have not clicked on the edit button yet, so
Hmm.
now you want a button, okay, inside the PCF file that is explicitly for some running some business logic, and you are not showing anything on the UI, but you are running some business logic, and based on the business logic, you are just storing some data in the database. Okay, so in that case, you have to explicitly add the bundle. Why? Because your PCF file is in
But
read-only
then
mode.
it should not be called read-only mode, right? If
It
you
is
are
in.
saying read-only, then you are not editing anything.
Let me tell you the difference. Here, read-only mode means when we are clicking on the edit button. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when we are clicking on the edit button, all the fields are editable. So now my PCF file is not. Now my PCF file is not editable. So now we have this suggest least busy user, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if my PCF file is editable now, okay, it's not in read. So when I go back to rules, it's not. So I don't need to define any bundle here. Okay, so explicitly. Suppose I want behind this button, I want this my business logic to run like some data needs to be stored in the DB, right? I do not need to define any bundle. It will be automatically happen. Okay, I just need to give the values to the database fields. That's it. I just do not need to define any bundle. Okay, but if suppose I'm canceling it. Okay, now you can see if my in this case my button is disabled, right? But suppose let's say my button is enabled in this case. Okay, now it is my PCF file is not in editable mode, right? Now I'm clicking on this button. So whatever data I am adding now in the database on the click of this button, right? That should be in a bundle. Why? Because my PCF file currently is not in a editable mode. Okay, it's in a read-only mode. So now you know the difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm saying read-only mode, it means that it's not PCF file is not in editable state. It's not, it okay. We have edit button, that's good, but it's not currently in editable state. So it is in read-only mode right now. When I'm trying to edit it, then it is not in read-only mode. That PCF file is in writable mode. So now if I'll click it, I do not need to specify the bundle explicitly for this one. But
Mm-hmm.
that's why it is not allowing me to perform any task here on the click of this button. When my file is in read only mode now, you can see this button is also become non-editable. Why? Because in the backend code might be we have not specified any bundle. Okay, so if this would be editable, if this would be enabled, right? If we click it, it will throw an error because we are doing it from the read only file, right? So it needs a bundle.
Okay.
So that's the difference. It's a minor difference, but yeah, fine. So bundle, when we are saying bundle, it's a transaction. So transaction is nothing but a transaction of storing some data in the database. Okay, suppose we have 3 lines of code. Okay, line 1, line 2, line 3. Okay, and we have a requirement that okay, we are setting some fields in line 1, we are setting some another field in line 2, and setting some field in line 3. If in the third line of code my error exception has been occurred, so these 2 lines will be reverted. Okay, so if I'll keep my bundle in these 3 line of code in the bundle, so these 3 line of code is a complete transaction for me. Okay, so if something went wrong in the middle, it will roll back the entire transaction. Okay, so what is it for PCF file? What is a transaction for PCF file? Okay, the transaction is we do not need to explicitly define the bundle, right? Here you can see. So when we are clicking on the edit button, right, I do not need to define any bundle. So if I'll say for example, if I'll give any value here also,
Mm-hmm.
be it 22. Okay, till now this particular value is not gone to the database and saved to the database. When I'll click on this update button, then only one by one these fields are saved in the database, right? So if
Mm-hmm.
one by one these fields will be saved. Suppose address 2 is saved, address 3, after saving the address 3, while saving the city some error has occurred, right? So it will roll back the entire data. Okay, it will not save anything. Okay, so that's how it automatically handles the bundle. when it is it is not in read-only mode.
Got it.
Okay. So, but in Gosu classes or in these places, right? Plugins, PCF file, web services, everywhere, you have to define the bundle. So let me go deeper into the bundle side. What exactly the bundle is and how many types of bundles are there. So bundles are of three types: current bundle, read-only bundle, and new bundles. So what are these? So current bundle is something which we find in the PCF file from the UI context. So right now this PCF file, we do not need to specify this bundle explicitly, right? But it's not like we are not specifying it explicitly, so it doesn't have the bundle itself. It has the bundle, but OOTB has initialized the bundle for that. We do not need to explicitly manually define that bundle. Okay, so the bundle which is used in the PCF file in the OOTB is called the current bundle.
What is that OOTB?
Out of the box.
Okay.
Out of the box application. Okay. So when we say OOTB, it's out of the box application. So when I'm clicking on the edit button, right? So my current bundle will get started, okay, internally. And if I'll save some data, okay, I'm putting some data here, right? And I'll click on the update button. Internally, my current bundle will be committed. Okay. So there can be a question that what is the current bundle? So you can say that current bundle is a bundle that is created automatically and committed automatically when the PCF file is in a non-editable mode. Sorry, when a PCF file is an editable mode. This is an editable mode, right? So current bundle is coming from the UI perspective. Okay. Now we have a read-only bundles. What are the read-only bundles? So read-only bundles are the bundles wherein you can just read the data. You cannot write anything. So we have seen, I'll give you an example. You have seen Gosu queries, right? We have written so many Gosu queries. Okay. So whenever we are fetching an object from the Gosu query, right? That object is set to have as a read-only object. And it is set to be coming from a read-only bundle. Okay. So for example, let's say, let me open this. Okay. Okay. So I have this query object. Okay. Let me create the select statement here. Okay. And I'll pick the first row. First. So now if I want to have, change this query obj dot, which field I want to change? Name field, display name. I want to change the display name. Okay, I'll Chandra. Incompatible types. I'll give some other field. So you can see it's throwing an error here, right? So I cannot add this field here. I cannot write this value because this is from a read-only bundle. Okay, got my point. So where if I want to add this, if I want to change the display name, right, to some explicitly, I want to change some display name to some different display name, right? So then I need to create a writable bundle. Okay, so what are the steps to do that? First, I will fetch the read-only bundle. That is, I will create the query, fetch the read-only bundle, meaning create the query. Okay, the query which you are creating, right, using the select is in read-only bundle only, right? Then after that, you have to create a new bundle. You can create a new fresh bundle, okay, and then copy the read-only bundle, means copy this read-only bundle which you have created to the new bundle. Copy the object of read-only bundle to new bundle. So these are the three-step process. If you want to change some value of the field, okay, I'll give you one example. Okay, so to keep it simple, I'll just pass it like this. Okay, and give an AB contact. I gave the name of this variable as an AB contacts in it. Okay. Okay, so now you can see here, if I'll do an AB contact dot, sorry, I'll change this also. AB. Okay, I'll query not AB contact, I'll query AB person. Okay, AB person. So I'll query first name, right? So here I'm checking the AB person objects which is having first name as Chandra, right? So let me try to change the first name directly. Equal to Taru. Okay, so if I'll run it, right, it will throw me an error. It will ask me to add it in a bundle. Okay, first let me see whether I have any such row. I have this person LYNN, so I will take this person only. Okay, LYNN. Okay, so now I'll try to run it query to see. Okay, I'll to check whether my query is successful or not. I'll print some value. Started. I print here. Okay, so you can see cannot modify a bean of AB person that is on a read-only bundle. So it's saying that this person object is in a read-only bundle because we have just fetched it from the database. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to first, either what we have to do is we have to create a new bundle, okay, and add this object into that new bundle, right? So there is a syntax to create a new bundle. How, what is the syntax? So now we have done the first step here, fetch the read-only bundle. So read-only bundle is fetched with AB person, right? Now we are creating a new bundle now, gw.api, sorry, gw.transaction. So this is the way how we can create a new bundle. So there is a method in the transaction class, run with a bundle. Okay, we need to call that method, and this method will take gosu block as a parameter. So in the previous class we have talked about the gosu block, right? What is the gosu, how do we define the gosu block? So inside the gosu block we have to define a variable ELT, and then the code which we are going to write in the gosu block comes in the curly braces. Okay, so so whatever I will write in this between these two curly braces, right? Those will be set to be having it in a bundle, new bundle. Okay, and I need to specify the username also in the second parameter. So the username is SU. So this is a syntax which I need to use. Okay, Now you can see here, I have created my new bundle. Okay, I have my read-only, fetched my read-only bundle. I've created my new one. Now third step is copy the object of read-only bundle, that is AB person, to the new bundle. So to copy, what I will do is, okay, my bundle name is, my bundle name is new bundle. Okay, here. So this is the bundle name.
Mhm.
Okay, new bundle name. So what I will do, I'm just copying AB person with a new bundle into the new one. So AB person equal to new bundle dot add AB person. You got this? We are performing the third step here. Copy the object of read only bundle to the new bundle. So inside the new bundle, there is a method, add method is there. Okay,
Mhm.
so we are adding the inside the new bundle, we are adding the AB person, and we are assigning that addition to the AB person object itself, so that we can do the changes in the
But in
database.
new bundle, we did not create a var of AB person, right? So which AB person is it referring to?
It is taking the AB person from here, from outside.
But then add.
Yeah. So it's like we have this method, right? If we'll shorthand, okay, suppose a equal to 5, so we can write it like print a plus equal to 1.
Mhm.
A, like this we have shorthand, right, in Java.
Mhm.
Sorry, a equal to a plus 1, right? So we have, if suppose we want to write this, sorry, okay, suppose so this will print 6, right? What we are doing
Mhm.
is we are incrementing a here and assigning that value back to a. Similarly, here we are also doing the same thing. We already defined the AB person here in a read-only bundle, right? What we are doing it, we are just assigning the read-only AB person to a writable bundle, and then again assigning it to the AB person variable. Okay,
Okay.
so that's what we are doing it here. Okay,
Okay.
now AB person, this variable is a writable bundle now at this point,
Mhm.
because we have copied it. So AB person, if you want to change the first name, we can change it. Tarun.
Mhm.
Okay. So now if I will run this, okay, I'll clear this one. If I'll print this and at the last, okay. Now I'll start doing it.
But will it not throw again because line 13?
Sorry.
Line 13.
Yes, yes. I need to remove this line. Yeah, it has thrown. Started and end. Okay, so it has updated, it means. Okay,
Mhm.
so now if I want to check this person, right, I can check that also. So just have to refresh it, and the name would be changed to the Tarun.
Mhm. Yeah.
You can see. So that's how it happens. And these line of code is in a transaction. Okay,
Mhm.
and it's in a transaction. Why? Because we are defining it in a bundle. We can
Mhm.
define multiple items here, right? AB person dot age also, we can define all these
Mhm.
things.
Mhm.
So that's how bundle is created and committed explicitly. Okay, when the cursor reaches the end of the this particular curly brace, right, it will commit the data at that point.
Mhm.
Okay, whatever data we are given here, it will save the data, it will save all the data. When it reaches the end of the bundle, right, it will commit all the data all together.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's how it is works. uh, Let me go to the PPT. So now we have covered out what is current bundle, what is read-only bundle, and what is a new bundle. So you can
So
just,
new bundle is what we created for committing, right?
yes, new bundle we have to create for committing the data.
Yeah.
Wherever we will have the manual bundle processing. For automatic bundle processing, it will already, we do not need to commit and explicitly define the bundle. Automatically is handled, right?
Yeah.
But for manual processing, we need to define the bundle and commit the bundle. Okay, so it has also, so you can see here they have defined this syntax, the same syntax which we have seen. Okay. Now foreign key relationships. Suppose we have a person entity and a person has a foreign key relationship with the employer entity, right? So you can also change, like suppose AB person has foreign key relationship with some other entity. So you can change the fields of that, the fields of those entities also in this bundle. So once the AB person entity is in this bundle, right? All the other foreign key relationship entities which are in the foreign key relationship with the AB person entity, right? Automatically they will be in this bundle, writable bundle. So automatically you can change the values for that. Okay. So let's say, let me check what are the foreign key for with the AB person entity. Let's say AB person dot employee. AB person is a foreign key to AB company. Okay, because a person can be an employee of the company also, right? That can also happen. So that's how, if you want to, I'm just changing some value of this number of employees I want to change to 5. Okay, number of employees is not writable. I'll have some writable property. Okay, so you can see here I have not changed the direct field of AB person. I have changed the foreign key relationship field with the AB person object, and it will not throw me any error. This point is clear, right? So foreign keys are also in the writable bundle. So this is explained here. And you can also refer the foreign key with the dot notation. Okay. So suppose you are working with a new entity. Okay, we are creating a new object of the AB person entity. Here, what you have done is you have here have the read-only bundle object of the AB person. But now I'll just comment it out. Okay. Let's suppose you do not have this read-only object. Okay. You have a new object is of AB person and person entity, like where with a new keyword AB person equal to new AB person. Okay. So is it in a writable bundle or a read-only bundle? We don't know, right? So we need to define this particular object in a bundle. Okay. So
But
this is,
this should be readable. I mean, yeah, read only bundle, right? If you are creating a var AB person equal to new AB person,
why
unless
it
you
in,
keep it,
sorry?
unless you put it in a bundle, it's read only, right?
No, I did not say that. I said only for the queries when we are querying something. So queries comes from the read-only bundle, not the
Okay.
new objects. Okay, whenever you are creating a new object, right? It you don't need to create. It's not in the read-only bundle. So that's what is mentioned here. Okay, we were talking only about the queries when we are querying any of the object from the database. using the Guidewire query API, right? gw.query.make, then entity name,
So
all.
why will the bundles come into play if we are talking about the objects?
So I'll tell you.
Bundles are only related to DB transactions, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So what I'll tell you what where it will be in useful. I'll, in later section it will be. I'll tell you. Just a second. So let's suppose say this target company. Okay, I'm just giving you this example here. Okay, this target company is in a bundle. Okay, or let's say we have this particular AB person entity in this bundle, right? Which we have created. So let's say, okay, I'll just comment this one. So let's say this AB person entity is in some bundle. But now we have set some of the fields in the bundle, like first name, employer, okay. The foreign key entity also, we have set some of the fields in the bundle. But let's suppose say we want to, there is a array key relationship from AB person to some other entity. Okay. We can say that, okay, we can have an array key relationship with the history entries. Okay. It can have multiple history. A person can have multiple history entries, right? So what I will do, I will just create an I just want to add the new history entries in this particular AB person object. Okay. Suppose there is already 3 history entries already present in this AB person object, but I want to create a fourth one, right? So what I will do is I will create a history entry object. Okay. History entry with the new keyword, right? New history entry. Okay. And I will populate some of the fields here. Entry dot description equal to dummy description. Okay, I'm just adding this. Now I want, okay, my history entry object is created. Now this particular object I need to add to the AB person object, right? So that it gets added as an array. So I'll click on this and I will search for the method add to history entries. Okay, this, so whenever we have an array key relationship, right, we will have automatically there would be a method name add to array key name. Okay, there would be that method automatically present in Guidewire wherever we have an array key relationship. So we have an array key relationship with AB person from AB person to history entry. So automatically we will have this method created in the backend. Okay, this method takes history entry as a parameter. So when we give the history entry object, which we have defined in line number 20, right? So it will be added, it will be an added to that array.
But my question is, say if we create this line 20 to 22 in line 15, it should still take it, right?
It will take it, but let me show you. It will take it. It will not throw any error. But I'm going to tell you that there is no use of doing that, right? It will be hanging around. So these lines will not throw any error. This line will not throw error. 15 and 16 will not throw any error. But line number 17 will throw the error.
Yeah, I can add that line number 17 in transaction. I mean, bundle.
Then it will not throw the error.
But it will work, right? I don't have to create the object inside the bundle.
No.
Got it.
So that's how it works. That's why we do not need to have it explicitly added. That's why we have this segregation. Okay, so you can just practice it. You go through this particular document which I'm sharing. Okay, and you will also, while you reading it, right, it has the note section also. In the beneath you will see it will have the note section as well. So you can go through the notes. You will find some new things also which we might not have covered here. So you can just ask me the doubts. Okay, whatever you will have. Okay. So there are some of the fields which there are some of the methods which we can have on the entity names. Suppose we have this entity, particular entity AB person in a writable bundle, right? So we can reference to some of the fields like AB person dot is field changed. Okay, so AB person dot is field changed, and in parentheses I need to give the field name like first name. Okay, I'll give the first name. So what it will return? It will return true. Why? Because it will check the original value of this field and it will check the current value of this field. If it is changed, then it will return true. Okay, so there are few methods which are present for each of the field in the entity, so that it will be useful for writing our logics in our business scenarios. Okay, get original value is a method which will give us the original value of the field before the change. Okay, entity dot changed. This changed property will also return whether that particular entity fields has been changed or not. So it will return true or false. Okay. What entities can you copy to the bundle? Yeah, this is a very good question which gets asked in the interview a lot of times. Unmodified entity. Okay, suppose you when an entity is unmodified, right? You can copy, you can create a new bundle, and then that entity you can add to the new bundle. If you want to copy a modified entity, you will not be able to copy. Suppose you are creating a bundle inside a bundle. Suppose let's say you have created a bundle here. Okay, now again inside this line of code you are creating a new bundle and adding this entity here. So it will check, okay, this particular entity has been already changed here, and again I'm adding it in this particular entity in a new bundle, so it will not allow me to add it in a new bundle. Okay, so only unmodified entity can be added to copied to the new bundle. Okay, modified cannot be. Okay, new entity cannot be added to the new bundle. New entity means this one with the new keyword. If we have any object created with the new keyword, we do not add it in the bundle. It will automatically be added in the bundle. Okay. So there are some methods which we can utilize. There is, you can see copy of an entity, bundle to copy to dot add method in parenthesis original entity. So we have used this. You can see line number 20, the same we have used it here, right? Same syntax. To copy the entity in read-only entity object in a new bundle and assign it again to that particular variable. Right. So current bundle. So we have talked about the current bundle in the earlier slides, right? Whenever we are talking about the PCF file, and whenever we are doing something in the PCF file, right, in the editable mode, then we get, there is a current bundle in that case. Okay, if you want to have an object of current bundle, then this is the syntax of it. Okay. So like you can see here, if someone is clicking on the send button in the backend, we are it is running this logic. It is fetching the current bundle, okay, and then committing the current bundle explicitly. Means it is just fetching the bundle. Whatever changes are done here, it is just fetching that bundle here, current bundle here, and it will commit it. So that's it.